All right, here we go. Mark up tight. Nice goal. There's your Sunday. Right now. Right now.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome inside the GCU Soccer Stadium in the heart of Phoenix on the campus of Grand Canyon University for today's match between the Utah Valley Wolverines and your Grand Canyon University Lopes. I'm Philip Catalfmo alongside Kyle Borg. And Kyle, the Lopes are looking to finish out the weekend strong after a victory on Friday against New Mexico State.
They won 1-0 on Friday night with Briley Hawkins scoring that lone goal in the 25th minute on a beautiful free kick, and they will look to continue their offensive prowess here today.
Well, the Lopes are taking on a Utah Valley team that so far has been struggling on the road, coming off a 2-game losing streak.
Yeah, they lost to California Baptist and UMKC, both 1-0, so Utah Valley is going to look to bounce back here today on the road and try and get a road win.
Well, let's see if the Lopes can get the victory today as we take a look at our Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game.
The first key for tonight at the Lopes is going to be to keep the offense going. They took 16 shots Friday night with 9 of them on goal, and they're going to need to keep that going here today. The second key is going to be slowing down Utah Valley's Sadie Brockbank. She has 7 goals on the season. She is an offensive power for the Wolverines, and they're going to really need to slow her down. And the third key is to send the seniors off right with a great parting gift, and there's only one way to do that, and that's with a win on Senior Day.
The last time these two teams squared up was in the second round of the WAC tournament right here at GCU Stadium. The Wolverines got the best of the Lopes 1-0, but now it's a new season and a new chance for the Lopes to get their revenge. It's Wolverines versus Lopes right here, right now on GCU TV.
Come be part of the fastest growing professional network at Grand Canyon University by enrolling as an evening student at our vibrant campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings 1 night a week and become part of the Young Professionals Network at GCU. Find your purpose. Sign up to attend our info session on November 7th at 5:30 p.m. at gcu.edu/evening.
We are ready to go here at the GCU Stadium for today's match between the Utah Valley Wolverines and the Grand Canyon University Lopes, the final home game and senior night for these Lopes. Philip Catalfmo alongside Kyle Borg. And Kyle, the Lopes are looking to finish out the weekend with another win. They beat New Mexico State on Friday 1-0, had a lot of opportunities offensively, and they play against a pretty even opponent in Utah Valley.
Yeah, they're playing Utah Valley here at home this afternoon. They're tied currently with Utah Valley for 5th in the WAC standing, so a win here today is going to be the difference maker going into next week and the WAC tournament the week after. And the Lopes are going to want to keep their offense going. They took 16 shots Friday night. 9 of them were on goal. They got 1 in. They're going to want to put another one in the back of the net today.
Let's take a look at Utah Valley's starting lineups, brought to you by Dignity Health. Sarah Callister, Madeline Moore, Brianna Hatch, Brianna McCarter, Sadie Brockbank, who we mentioned in the pregame, Lindley Brown, Amber Tripp, Hannah Bruce, Megan Sullivan, and Lisa Stowe. And in the goalie position for the Utah Valley Wolverines, Sarah Davis. And you can see the Wolverines ready to go against the Lopes wearing the black and whites today. We mentioned Sarah Brockbank, the freshman for the Wolverines, currently sitting at 5th in the WAC in goals with 7, and they've all mostly come during WAC play.
Yeah, she scored 4 against Chicago State when they went and beat Chicago State 6-0. She had most of those, so she's going to be very dangerous here tonight, and the Lopes are going to want to keep her in check.
And let's take a look at the Lopes lineups. Mackenzie Cook, Briley Hawkins, Michaela McGee, Cameron Larson, Sandra Hill, Kelsey Smith, Anna Whitaker, Hannah Edwards, Sarah Inafuku getting the start today, and Perry Belzer, and of course, Abby Burton, the leader now in saves in the WAC with 88. Abby Burton having a fantastic 5th year for GCU.
Yeah, she's really been the anchor of that defense back there, and they're going to look for another big game out of the senior here tonight.
Mackenzie Cook gets things going. She boots it over to Hawkins. Hawkins gets it over to Smith, and away we go. Hawkins looking for Larson on the cross. Inafuku boots it out of bounds. Lopes with an opportunity, looking for Inafuku, unable to connect. And it'll be a foul on the Lopes. That one kicked ahead, looking for Larson. Sullivan intercepts it for Utah Valley. We talked defensively for this team against New Mexico State. The Lopes did a very, very good job of preventing a lot of good looks for New Mexico State. We mentioned Abby Burton, but in the backfield for the Lopes defensively, they have been unstoppable backing up Abby.
Yeah, they've really stood strong the last couple games. They're 2-1 in their last 3. Coming off a shutout victory, they're going to look to do the same thing here this afternoon.
Hatch gets it over to Tripp. Tripp back up top to Bruce. Bruce looking for space. It's going to be a foul on, looks like Sandra Hill.
Higher, Maddie, higher. Lisa, wider. Bree, get in. Bree, Hatch, get in. Lindley's on. Let's go. Play. Play. Play, Lindley. Hey, hey. Good.
That one crossed. Utah Valley looking for a score here. That one off the defense for the Lopes. McGee coming over on defense. On the outside, just not a bad look.
Good attack there from the Wolverines. Just nobody in the middle to take that cross.
I was going to say the shot, but of course it was more of a pass. Smith throws it in. Moore kicks it ahead. Back to Moore. Cook on the defense, over to Bruce. Back up top to Sullivan. Sullivan sends it downfield. Intercepted by Smith. Inafuku boots it ahead, looking for Larson. Foot race now. Sullivan will beat it to her and boot it over to Davis, and Davis will throw it in. The Lopes played an incredible first half against New Mexico State, really controlling the possession throughout the entire game. It seemed like the first half was really all Lopes. They were able to keep the ball on their side and put up a lot of shots. Looking for someone, might be Larson. No, that's going to go right to Davis. Carter with it. Last time these two teams matched up was right here at the GCU Stadium in the second round of the WAC tournament last year. And number 10, Brianna McCarter, was the one who scored the game-winning goal, or the goal that gave Utah State the win. So a familiar face for GCU against Utah Valley with Brianna McCarter. Brown downfield. New Mexico Utah Valley with a good look. Burton's right there. I gotta get out of Friday. I keep saying New Mexico State. But a good look for Utah Valley, but they have met a brick wall, and Abby Burton with an easy save for the 5th-year senior. It is Sunday, and they are playing against Utah Valley. I promise I will write that down, so I stopped calling them New Mexico State.
And that save, or that is a save by Abby Burton. That gives her 89 on the year now.
Yeah, Abby Burton eclipsing 100 saves on the season. Allowing almost under 1 goal the entire season.
Yeah, just at 1.4 goals a game given up.
Abby has 20 saves in her last 3 games, 6 between the road trip with, I believe, UMKC and Chicago State, and then she had 8 against New Mexico State. One kicked ahead. Brockbank, the shot out of bounds.
Sadie, well done. Lisa, well done. Maddie, great ball. Maddie, well done. Bree, ready to go. Bree, ready to go. Bree, Hatch, you got
Burton will send it away on the goal kick. 5 minutes in, and the score is still 0-0. Both teams getting their opportunities, but Utah Valley has been getting the most so far. 3 shots, 1 shot on goal. 1 save for the Lopes. Smith on the inside, kicked out of bounds by Utah Valley. Throw in now for the Lopes. And it's going to be offsides on the Lopes.
I think Cameron Larson was in an offside position when she came back to play that ball, and that's what made the assistant raise her flag there.
Belzer will boot it out of bounds. Bruce gets past Hill. Kicks it ahead. Whitaker hustling for it. She'll get it. Back to Hill. Hill and meets 2 Wolverines, and it'll be a throw in for Utah Valley. Brockbank back to Bruce. Headed out by the Lopes. Utah Valley still threatening. Little collision there. Sullivan will handle the free kick. Coming in on 8 minutes here in the first period. She boots it ahead. Headed out. Lopes will look to clear it. And they will. Intercepted. Kelsey Smith pushes it ahead. Inafuku, Larson, and Hill on the inside, over to Hill. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll be off the Lopes, so goal kick for Utah Valley.
A good attack there from the Lopes. Their first one so far today. She had Larson right in the middle, just couldn't get the cross away as it was blocked away by the Utah Valley defender.
Sullivan over to Bruce. Intercepted by Hawkins. Cook. Gonna try to get the scoring early for the Lopes. Edwards. Downfield, and she's not gonna find anybody. It'll go out of bounds. Sullivan over to Bruce. Bruce downfield. Whitaker able to get a touch on it. It'll go out of bounds. So another throw in for Utah Valley. Cook intercepts it, gets it up to Larson. Larson back to Hill. Hill boots it ahead, looking for Inafuku. Hawkins able to get a boot on it, but it's not going to find anyone else. It'll go out of bounds. Brockbank met by a few Lopes defenders. Hill gets a touch on it, gets the interception over to Larson. Larson back to Hill. Touchdown, and it'll be Utah Valley ball. Great job by Megan Sullivan to poke that one off Sandra Hill's foot right before it goes out of bounds. The last second touch, but here's Mackenzie Cook. Slide tackle, no call. Larson on the rebound. Hannah Edwards on the cross, met intercepted by Utah Valley. Edwards again. Lopes with it on the outside. McGee looking for someone, but it's intercepted by Utah Valley. They push it up. On the cross, nice defense, but it will be a foul. Or it will be offsides, excuse me. Yeah, you're right.
Offside call there. She was running just in front of the Lopes defense the entire way down the field, and then came back on and played it, and the assistant referee on the far side all over that call.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a breakaway for Utah Valley, but an offsides call prevents a goal for Utah Valley, and that one will go out of bounds.
It was very close, though. Very close, probably just by about a step or two.
Corner kick for Utah Valley. That'll be handled by number 7, Brianna Hatch.
Hannah, you go higher. Hannah, you go higher in that space. Hey, high and wide, Hannah. Number 1. Number 1. Get in, Megan, and score.
That one in the air. Almost headed out on the rebound. Brockbank almost had a goal. Another opportunity. Lopes clear it out.
Back in the box. Back in the box. Lynn, be an option, Lynn. Lynn, be an option.
McGee boots it up, and she's not going to find anybody. Utah Valley will hold on to possession. Throw in. Larson. Good defense by Cameron Larson. When we'll get a throw in, Larson is not going to get that one. Thrown a little too far ahead. Sarah Davis will kick it to her teammate. Cook sends it way downfield. Davis should have no problem getting to that one. Davis sends it away. Brown crosses it over to Hatch. Downfield, and it will roll out of bounds.
And get in. Spin out and get in.
That one crossed. Burton will come and scoop it up.
Good idea, Bree.
Hawkins. Looking for Hill and Larson, but again, just a little too far out in front on those crosses. Lopes unable to connect. Hawkins up top to Edwards. Edwards sends it on the cross. Davis with a soft kick. McGee will boot it out of bounds. Utah Valley will keep possession. Seems like it's just been kind of going back and forth. Someone gets close to the goal, sends it out of bounds, or not a whole lot of possession heavy on either side. Utah Valley's got more shots, but for the most part, it's been kind of hovering around the middle the entire game.
Yeah, both teams just trying to spring one of their attackers loose at the moment, trying to get a quick breakaway goal. Just hasn't happened quite yet. We'll see if we get a little bit more possession here as the game goes on.
That one will roll out. Another throw in. So Burton will kick it away. Looking to get some life into the Lopes offense. Last game, GCU had a lot of opportunities to score, just unable to capitalize there. They did break free with a Briley Hawkins free kick goal, but they had a few opportunities there at the end of the second half where, maybe a couple opportunities were, I don't want to say taken away, but just not really capitalized on.
Yeah, 16 shots in the last game, 9 on goal. Just the 1 goal, however, from Briley Hawkins on the free kick, like you mentioned. So they're going to want to keep that going and try and get more shots on goal, and hopefully more than one in the back of the net.
Well, the Lopes are so good defensively, with Abby Burton back there, and a lot of the defenders like Sandra Hill, Kelsey Smith, Anna Whitaker, Hannah Edwards, and even Hannah Nichols, who isn't in the starting lineup today, but is another prominent player on the defense for GCU. They can kind of maybe offensively be a little quieter, but defensively, because they're so good, they can rely on the defense to prevent stops to set up opportunities.
Yeah, their defense is really good, and Abby Burton's back there. She's got 89 saves on the year, and that's part of the reason they can rely on her, is because she saves so many of the balls that are kicked at her, and the defense doesn't allow too many shots a game.
It just seems like offensively they just haven't really broken free, I guess, is where I'm getting at.
Yeah, they haven't found a goal scoring a person to rely on for the goal scoring. They have 7 different goal scorers. Mackenzie Cook's got 5.
Burton will scoop that one up. Well, last season it was Madison Cox who was coming off the defense and providing the offense for the Lopes. Anissa De Vera was another one, and now it's Cameron Larson is kind of looked to be the main scorer, along with Mackenzie Cook, who is a senior, of course. Inafuku now on the inside. Inafuku with 3 goals so far on the season. Maybe she can be the one who breaks free. Sandra Hill looking for the cross in the air. Larson, the header, unable to get it. Good defense by Davis. Good look for the Lopes. Cameron Larson climbing the ladder, but unable to connect. And we talk about it, Cameron Larson right there, another possible goal scorer for the Lopes. A beautiful pass by Sandra Hill, just unable to get that header down into the net.
Yeah, Cameron Larson very tall, so they can play that ball in the box there. Keeper just out-jumped her to the ball, almost got her 5th goal in the year, and they're going to look, especially next season, to Cameron Larson once they lose Mackenzie Cook and Sarah Inafuku up front. Cameron Larson's going to be the main person that they look to produce offense for this team.
Smith back up top to Whitaker. Whitaker on the cross to McGee. Ooh, McGee looking for Belzer, unable to connect. Bruce with it on the inside. Hill coming on defense. Edwards. Inafuku with it. On the touch to Cook. Cook with a chance. And it's going to be a foul on Utah Valley. So free kick for the Lopes. Last time they were able to score last game against New Mexico State with a free kick, it was Briley Hawkins. And we'll see if the Lopes can repeat that success with their first free kick of the day.
Yeah, we're right around that same minute mark that Briley Hawkins scored Friday night.
And it's Hawkins right there again, getting ready to take the free kick, along with Inafuku. Inafuku, Hawkins again. Oh, great save. Belzer on the rebound. It's out of bounds. But how about Sarah Davis finding that one and poking it out?
Sarah Davis she read that shot all the way there. She was ready, got down, saved it, punched it away. And then the rebound chance from Perry Belzer just wide of the net as she saw that Davis was on the ground and she saw open net and just tried to put it in between the goalposts and just couldn't quite find it.
So free kick now for Davis off that save, her first save of the day. Both goalkeepers with one now. Hawkins missing the header. Hawkins with it. Carly Bateman back in the game today, and Hannah Nichols checking in. Some substitutions for the Lopes, getting some fresh legs out there. Smith intercepts that cross. Whitaker setting it up to Cook. Cook over to Larson. Cook ahead. Nichols almost unable to get it. Utah Valley on the push. And intercepted by the Lopes. Bruce with it on the inside. Pushing it up. Whitaker gets a boot on it. Nichols to Cook. Utah Valley still threatening. Brockbook on the cross. Defense there for the Lopes. Outside. Booted again. Burton's going to dive on top of it. Abby Burton preventing another goal for Utah Valley.
Dangerous ball played in, got the deflection off the defender, and there were two Wolverines coming in on Abby Burton as she dove on top of that ball.
Yeah, it looks like it might have gotten off the foot of Whitaker a little awkwardly, and Burton reads it perfectly, able to dive on top of it. Burton's second goal, and she officially has 90 on the season. Whitaker fighting for it, tug of the jersey. It's going to be an obvious foul in Utah Valley. Whitaker will handle the free kick. That one in the air. It'll be a foul on the Lopes. Good defense by Cameron Larson reading that kick. She knew exactly where that was going. McGee pokes it out. One thrown in. McGee boxed out. Lopes are going to clear it. Hawkins, second chance, and out of bounds. Goal kick for Abby Burton. Burton sends it downfield. Hawkins heads it, and then will let that one roll out of bounds. Cook on the interception. Bateman. That's going to be off Utah Valley. It'll be Lopes ball. Bruce will throw it in. Smith pushing it up. Boots it ahead, looking for Larson. That's going to be Lopes ball. So throw in for Cameron Larson. Or actually, she'll hand it off to Kelsey Smith. Smith throws it in. Over to Larson. Larson looking for space. Larson off the defender. Good look for the Lopes. Oh, and it's missed. Hannah Nichols had a good look, but she would have been called offsides either way. But not a bad look for Hannah Nichols had she been onside.
Yeah, had she been onside and hit that one a little bit better than she did, that would have been a great looking goal. Cameron Larson took that one and it looked like she was going to shoot it, and it just took a deflection right to Hannah Nichols, but in an offside position.
It looked like a weirdly orchestrated play, like the Lopes had planned to deflect it off Utah Valley and set up Hannah Nichols for a good look at the goal, but Nichols a little too excited and offsides. And another foul for the Lopes. So that'll be the 6th foul for GCU.
And Coach Derek Leader asking the 4th official on the sideline right there about the offsides call and the ruling on when is it not offsides off a deflection from the defender, because U.S. Soccer went back and changed that rule. So now it makes it even harder for the officials to call with the new, was it an intentional pass or deflection off the defender to an offensive player in an offside position. That one didn't seem to be intentional, so that's why the flag went up, and that's what the official was telling Coach Leader.
More like coincidental. Paskins gets it ahead to Brock Book. Now it's Callister with it. Back to Brock Book. Lopes able to get some good defense there. Booted ahead. Burton's right there. So not a bad look from Sadie Brockbank, the leading scorer for Utah Valley.
And here comes the card.
Yeah, it's going to be a yellow card for Kelsey Smith.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul and a yellow card every time, no matter what point in the game it is. It's a good tactical foul, though, just stopping the attack and making the Wolverines play it in off a set piece coming up.
And we'll see what Utah Valley can do as they set up the free kick. Megan Sullivan on the free kick for the Wolverines. 29th minute, first period. Free kick on the way. In the air. Headed out by the Lopes. Nichols will kick it ahead. Great job. Again, defense so strong for GCU, especially right around the box.
Yeah, that was a very dangerous ball played in. It just hung up there just enough to where the Lopes could time the header and then boot it out of harm's way.
Nichols almost intercepting that one, but Utah Valley keeps possession. Hawkins also on defense. Looking for the cross. Burton's going to stay, and it'll go out of bounds. So goal kick for Abby Burton. That one headed. Lopes looking to clear it out. They will. Bateman. Hawkins unable to get a touch on it. One sent downfield. And out of bounds. Nichols pushes it ahead, looking for Larson. Going to be a foot race. Throw in for Bateman. Yeah, Smith will handle the throw in. Try to set something up for GCU. Thrown into Cook. Cook from distance, and Davis is right there. Hawkins heads it. Bruce sends it away. Bateman. Back to Cook. Up top to Whitaker. Edwards. That's going to be a handball on Utah Valley. That one downfield. Davis. tracks it down. Smith kicks it ahead. Bateman looking for the cross to Larson, a little too ahead of her. Lopes on the recovery. Deutsch to Hawkins. Hawkins will shoot, and Davis is there. It'll be a foul on Utah Valley. That'll be the 5th foul for the Wolverines. Foul on Sarah Davis. Nichols. Edwards intercepted by Utah Valley, and they push it up. Rockbank, beautiful touch. Edwards able to play good defense. Corner kick for Utah Valley. Corner kick now for the Wolverines. 35th minute. Substitutions for the Lopes. Andrea Martinez and Noah Johnson coming in. Throw in. Deutsch, and out of bounds. Utah Valley still threatening. That one in the air and out of bounds again. As we know, the men's soccer team is also playing currently right now.
Yeah, they're on the road in Kansas City today. They're up 1-0 through 32 minutes. Josh Drack has the goal. It came just a few minutes ago. George Tasseris, 2 saves.
Yeah, so hopefully the women's soccer team will be able to find a goal as well. Here against Utah Valley, put them up 1-0 before we head to half. Bateman boots it ahead. Nice pass to Nichols. Nichols up to Martinez. Martinez. Deutsch able to cut it off. Loeb still threatening. Johnson hustles for it. Looking for the cross again. And unable to get it. Not a bad look by Andrea Martinez.
No, it was like a shot pass kind of thing across.
Yeah.
And then Remy Deutsch, way to run it down and send it back to the middle. Nobody home really, but it was a great hustle for a great save to keep the attack going.
Yeah, great job by Remy Deutsch. Smith. On the cross to Johnson. Edwards over to Cook. Cook boots it ahead. Nichols with a little bit of a breakaway. Off Utah Valley. And we'll get a corner kick for the Lopes as they try to score before the end of the first half. Mackenzie Cook, the senior, will hustle over for a corner kick here for the Lopes. 38th minute. Score still 0-0 first period here for both teams. Beautiful Sunday afternoon. Clouds are out. A little bit of a breeze. It's been a really nice day. And we'll see if Cook can get the goal. That one's in the air and booted out by Davis. Lopes still threatening here. On the rebound, we'll see if the Lopes can get a goal. Off the defense, Deutsch. And we're going to stop the clock. And make sure that Lincoln Flinders, number 3, is okay. Took that ball off the face. Utah Valley will send it away. Kicked ahead again, Nichols on the breakaway. And
She's
offsides.
Offsides again there, yeah.
Come forward. Come on, Bruce. Come on, Bruce.
Bruce pushing it ahead.
Over to Collie.
Foul on the Lopes. A little bit of too much pressure by Carly Bateman.
Yeah, it looked like she had Bruce wrapped around the hip. Just a little bit of a hold, and Bruce felt the pressure from Bateman and went down and got the whistle.
Sullivan on the free kick. That one in the air. Burton's right there to catch it right away. Bateman. And Smith will boot it out of bounds. Substitutions for Utah Valley. They'll get some fresh legs out there. Throw in from Bruce. One header to Edwards. Bateman trying to set it up. Gets it to Martinez. Throw in for the Lopes. About 4 minutes away from the end of this first period. Thrown in Bateman. Whitaker, great defense. Smith trying to get the touch. Bateman heads it, and it'll go out of bounds. And it'll be Wolverine ball. One on the cross, Lopes, cleared out. Nichols. Johnson boots it ahead to Martinez.
Good, Lid.
Cook. Smith. To Bateman. Bateman touch pass and unable to connect.
Maddie.
Just a little miscommunication there. One said, here's the give and go. The other one said, no, you take it.
Yeah. Davis downfield. Martinez. And Lopes will keep possession. Johnson. One minute to go, score still 0-0. Foul on Utah Valley, so GCU 30 seconds away. See if they can get a last-second goal before we head into the second period. Smith will track it down, send it away on a shot, and that is how we will end the first period. The score 0-0. Both teams taking advantage as much as they can. 7 shots each for both teams, 3 shots each on goal for both teams, and 3 saves. So, Kyle, for the most part, a pretty evenly matched game between these two teams.
Yeah, very evenly matched. Not a whole lot of possession. Both teams trying to find a attacker in on a through ball and over the top. They just both haven't been able to find it yet. Both teams 7 shots. Both teams with 3 shots on goals, and both keepers with 3 saves. So they're playing extremely even right now.
Yeah, it's kind of something we expected. Both teams being 3-3 in the WAC. Very, very evenly matched teams. Lopes back at home trying to get a win here for senior night. Speaking of seniors, Mackenzie Cook and Briley Hawkins both with 2 shots. Hawkins with 2 shots on goal, and well, Mackenzie Cook with 1. So the opportunities there for GCU have been coming up as much as they can, but there's still a whole lot more soccer to be played here in the second half.
Yeah, they're gonna look in the second half to really start attacking and maybe use the possession a little bit more, and then from possession try and get Cook, Hawkins, Larson free for a goal, and hopefully more than the 1.
And we talked about it in our pregame, but Sadie Brockbank, somebody who GCU wanted to keep an eye on. So far, only 2 shots for the freshman, and she has been, for the most part, kept in check from the GCU defense. Lopes doing a really good job so far, keeping them pretty quiet.
Yeah, they've been able to find her in transition and on set pieces, and they just haven't let her get any really good looks at the goal. And you know that she was a point of emphasis in practice this week for Coach Derek Leader and his defense.
Well, we'll see if the defense can stay strong for the Lopes and see if they can break free here in the second half. But for right now, it is halftime here at GCU Stadium. You're watching women's soccer here on GCU TV.
Performance is your profession. You excel in bringing the best out of people. Through leadership and insight, you help others fulfill their promise. You share a unique bond with your family and cherish your time together. But you strive to take the next step in your career. GCU's online degree program in performance psychology will enhance your skills in helping others succeed. Master your craft in an online PhD program that puts innovation and technology at the heart of education. And you can do it all within a tight schedule without disrupting other aspects of your life. With a PhD in performance psychology, you'll have the tools you need to elevate your performance to the next level. When human excellence meets cutting-edge technology, business advances.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online. There's an exciting destination for food, fun, and golf in the heart of Phoenix. Come to the GCU Hotel and Canyon 49 Grill, where our hospitality management students gain real-world experience and deliver unmatched service. Enjoy beautiful amenities like a resort-style pool, full-service fitness center, championship golf course, and coffee shop GCBC. Canyon 49 Grill serves American fare all day and happy hour with a great vibe and Lopes pride. Room rates start at $89 per night. Visit GCUHotel.com today.
You use the latest technology to treat patients, but your care and compassion is timeless. And as an RN, you delight in sharing it. But there's always room to grow. Advancing your career means helping more patients and providing even more care. Grand Canyon University's online programs in nursing make it convenient for you to become the expert every patient deserves. Healthcare has made significant advancements, and GCU teaches you how to prepare for the future. By applying that knowledge, you're able to stay up to date with the latest medical technologies. And since GCU's nursing programs are online, you can access your program from anywhere, so you're always there for those most important.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
The shot is good!
Feel the thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
It is halftime here at the GCU Stadium. Some fans going out there and taking some free kicks. Final home game for the GCU women's soccer team, and so far the score is 0-0 against Utah Valley. A very, very close game so far. Defensively on both sides, pretty stellar.
Yeah, both defenses holding strong, just allowing the 3 shots on goal for both teams, 7 total for both teams. Both goalkeepers have been very well, played very well tonight.
Yeah, Burton with 3 and Davis also with 3. Lopes pretty evenly matched with Utah Valley, as we said, closing out the first half. Both teams really kind of playing the same game for the most part. Equally amount on shots, equally amount on shots on goal, equal amount of save opportunities. I mean, these teams are literally closing themselves just with different colored uniforms.
Yeah, both teams just both trying to play a ball over the top, trying to find their strikers up top through on a through ball, but they just haven't been able to find or connect on one just quite yet.
Well, if you missed the first half, let's take a look at our GCU Hotel halftime highlights to get you caught up. You see an opportunity there. Larson on the header, Davis punches it out.
And then the free kick from Hawkins, that was a great save by Davis, and then Belzer came in with the rebound, shot it just wide.
And then here's a good look, but Abby Burton jumping right on top of it to keep the score 0-0. And then Hannah Nichols so close, she was offsides, it wouldn't count had it gone in, but a good look for Hannah Nichols.
And then that one just right into the arms of Abby Burton, easy save made off a Utah Valley free kick.
So both teams playing pretty well. Opportunities for GCU have been there, and well, we're just basically waiting for one team to break free. It was kind of the similar storyline against New Mexico State, except GCU was really controlling the possession game against the Aggies, and it was Briley Hawkins who broke free in the 25th minute early in the first quarter. But here, it seems like it's going to come down to the end.
Yeah, both teams not really playing too much possession, probably about even on possession so far this afternoon. It's going to be the team that has the most possession and builds from the back with that possession that's going to end up finding the back of the net on a great scoring chance that's going to come here in the second half.
And of course, the men's soccer team also playing right now against UMKC. That game is 1-0 as well. GCU is leading thanks to a goal by Josh Drack. And we'll see if the women's soccer team can also get on the board against Utah Valley here in the second period. But we are at a halftime right now. A lot going on around the school, and if you haven't gotten a chance to check it out, tonight is your last night to go see Macbeth at the Effington Theater. For more on that, take a look.
Macbeth is about corruption. It's about a man who is told that he could become king, and in order to do that, he believes he has to kill. He's a soldier. He's killed before, but it goes from what's killing to murder, and it's murder on top of murder and him trying to cover his own sins. The amazing thing about Macbeth is it's pretty revolutionary for when it was written. It's got a message of no man is better than any other man, and I think that's something that is important to hear today.
My experience in Macbeth has been an incredible blessing. I've always wanted to be in this show, and I'm kind of putting everything that I've learned thus far into it, and it's been a really good growing experience.
Working with director Claude, he's got a lot of great ideas, and it's beautiful the way it all plays out.
I think what makes GCU's version so special is the way that it's being inspired on the technical scale. There's things like I just couldn't have even imagined with the lighting, with the costume. It's really created its own world and its own presence, and I think it's going to be very captivating to watch visually. And also along with that, because it has this otherworldly feel, I think that makes it more relatable.
I think people should come see Macbeth because just watching Shakespeare in general is a great experience. I know for a lot of students, whether it's in high school or college or any school whatsoever, they'd read a lot of Shakespearean classes. And it's one thing to be reading it off the page, it's another thing entirely to be experiencing it on the stage.
If you don't think you like Shakespeare, if you don't think you're gonna understand it, come see this. Our actors are incredible. Our director is incredible of creating this concept. We also see a lot of creepiness. Whatever your plans are for Halloween, change them because we've got blood and gore, quote unquote, but we've also got the supernatural elements.
And you can stay up to date on all the shows at the Ethington Theater at gcu.edu if you want to go check out tonight's production of Macbeth or the several other great things going down at the Ethington Theater. The College of Fine Arts and Productions never disappoint you with any of the shows. I had an opportunity to see West Side Story when it was here. That was very, very good, and I gotta love everything they do down there. I have a little bit of a theater background, so along with sports, theater is another one of my favorite passions, I guess. I don't know if you share the same passion, Kyle.
Yeah, I haven't been to the theater quite yet to catch a play, but I do hear that they're very, very good.
This could be your opportunity to go check out Macbeth. I know you have a little bit of a connection with Macbeth. You mentioned it last time we were on the call. You were Lady Macbeth in a class reading of the Shakespearean play.
Yeah, that's right. I don't remember a whole lot about it. It's all a blur, really. But, you know, maybe I'll go check it out, see who they got playing Lady Macbeth.
Well, it's the perfect show to go check out at the Ethington Theater. When we come back, we'll get wrapped up here at halftime and ready for the second half. You're watching women's soccer here on GCU TV.
I'll wear like the slides but with socks.
You got me moving to a different beat. I'm singing this melody. I'm lost in the rhythm of your love.
What should we fear? What need we hide from when our God goes before?
In a place in my head.
Our armed forces' heroism, courage, and bravery give greater meaning to what it is to be an American. Grand Canyon University honors you and pays tribute to you and your family. As a community, GCU celebrates your service, your sacrifice, and your commitment. God bless all the brave men and women who put our country first. We want to do the same for you. GCU puts you first with its flexible and convenient online degree programs. We salute you and thank you for your service.
Feel the thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCU.
Soccer team ready to go. Lopes have found their way to the field, warming up here for the second half. The score still 0-0, a defense strong game for both teams. 7 shots for both teams, 3 on goal for both teams, 3 saves for both teams. Kyle, I think I'm seeing the same team play against itself.
Yeah, that's what it seems like out here. Both teams, even on the stat sheet so far, going to look for one team to break through one way or another.
Well, we'll see how and who will break free for GCU as we take another look at our Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game.
Yeah, the Lopes just trying to keep their offense rolling. They've done a decent job of that so far in the first half with the 7 shots and 3 of them on goal. They've done a good job slowing down Sadie Brockbank for the Wolverines. They've kept her pretty quiet. She has 2 shots of the 7 for the Wolverines, but they've done a good job finding her on set pieces and on the counterattack and keeping her very quiet. And the Lopes are going to want to give the seniors that parting gift with a goal and a win here at home on Senior Day.
Well, we'll see what they can do here on Senior Day, the final home game for most of these players, and the final home women's soccer game at home for myself. I am also a senior, so Senior Day for me as well for the most part, but no one really cares. So we are here.
Phil.
Well, I
I
appreciate
care.
you. But what we are interested in is the second half here for the women's soccer team. We'll see if the Lopes can break free and get a score. They had an opportunity with Cameron Larson, a beautiful header, just punched out by Sarah Davis. And Lopes, I mean, like I said, defensively, both these teams match up so evenly. It's just offensively, they've both had opportunities and were just unable to convert, which just shows you how either struggling the offenses or how good both defenses have been.
Well, it's a little bit of both, really. Both goalkeepers have really rose to the occasion today and just been on point for both teams. Both have stopped every shot that's come at them. And the offense is pretty much just trying to find a shot that's going to give somebody the lead here. And the Lopes have had what appears to be probably the best chance with that Cameron Larson header in the box that was just punched away by Davis.
Well, before we get started, as we know, a lot of the seniors getting ready to graduate, and a few people have graduated. So just a reminder, get the best gear to show off your Lope pride. Go to lopeshops.gcu.edu to find everything GCU, from the newest apparel to the coolest accessories. Use promo code GCUTV25 to get 25% off for being a GCU TV viewer. Let's paint the Valley purple and Lopes up. So 25% off just for watching this broadcast. GCU TV 25 when you check out at the lopeshops.gcu.edu. And here we go, second half. Getting ready. Utah Valley will take possession, and we are underway. Bells are on the defense early. Johnson getting the start for the Lopes here in the second half. Carly Bateman boots it off a defender. Smith on the defense. Whitaker kicks it ahead. McGee sends it downfield, headed, and out of bounds. That one thrown in. Looking for Cook. Johnson kicks it ahead. Breakaway now. The shot, and oh, right out of bounds. Bailed out. Sarah Callister had a good touch on it, but sends it too far right, and it goes out of bounds. So GCU dodging a bullet early.
Yeah, there's that scoring chance we talked about at the break. They connected with the striker, and she just placed it a bit wide of that far right post. She had Abby Burton beat. Just couldn't quite capitalize on the chance, and the Lopes catch a break there.
Callister again trying to break free. Defense by the Lopes. Pulled down. It'll be a foul on Utah Valley.
Wolverines arguing on that foul call that they got pulled down, which caused the foul that gave the Lopes the free kick right here.
One sent downfield, headed out of bounds. Belzer will throw it in. Looking for Larson, but she is not going to find her. Stowe with it. Larson gets a touch on it. And GCU will keep possession. Belzer will throw it in. Unable to convert on that one. Pushed ahead. Whitaker gets a touch on it. Off of Hawkins. Yeah, it's going to be a handball. That one sent away. Lopes will look to clear it. Hawkins will get a foot on it. Good defense again by the Lopes in the box. Whitaker able to get a touch on it in there and clear it away. Belzer will throw it into Larson. Davis will kick it. Belzer again. Looking for Larson. Larson on the chest. Off of Davis, and it's going to be an offsides call. So another scoring drive pulled away by a offsides call. Early on, it was Hannah Nichols who was called offsides on that attempt early in the first period. But now Cameron Larson on this one here in the second. Hawkins. Belzer on the outside. She's got Larson crossing. Off the foot and out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in for Belzer. Larson misses the header. Cook. Poked out. Brockbank boots it ahead. Good job by Anna Whitaker as Burton sends it away. Belzer again. Edwards kicks it ahead. Cook hustling for it. Cook trying to get the space, but unable to get it.
Yeah, got a bit too fancy with it there in the box, trying to get free of her defender, and Mackenzie Cook just turned it over.
Whitaker sends it out of bounds. Substitutions for Utah Valley. It'll be a throw-in for the Wolverines. Throw in now for GCU. Throw in again for GCU. Hawkins. Tripped up. Utah Valley coming to pick it up. Edwards hustling for it. Off the boot of Utah Valley. No call. Opportunity for the Wolverines. And she's offsides.
Very close for the Wolverines there. Though just got a bit too eager to get to the goal, and she ended up offsides. Could have argued for a handball down here.
Yeah, you definitely could have.
It sure looked like one, but we'll take the offsides call.
Belzer now. I went headed again. Belzer over to Cook, and out of bounds on Mackenzie Cook. Throw in for Utah Valley. Stowe throws it in. That one downfield. McGee gets a head on it. MacArthur the shot, and Burton's there again. Abby Burton. Fourth save for Abby Burton, doing a great job for the Lopes as usual. Poked out. Edwards over to Belzer. Belzer on the touch to Cook. Cook looking for space. Good hustle by Mackenzie Cook. She's pushed down. Another foul.
It's hard for us to know what's a foul and what's not a foul when she lets this one go and then she calls that. She lets this one go and calls that.
You can hear the frustration from Utah Valley as he's unclear about maybe a questionable call on the Utah Valley side.
When we lose the ball, there's no
And Mackenzie Cook getting the foul for GCU.
Yeah, he's arguing that she let the referee let one go in the middle of the field and then calls that one, but that is going to be a foul every time, and she wrapped her up around the shoulder.
Cook in the air, boot punched out. How about Sarah Davis? Great save for Utah Valley. And the frustration continues as you can hear it down on our field mic.
It's one of the Utah Valley assistant coaches there talking to the assistant and the fourth official. But a great corner from Mackenzie Cook as she made Sarah Davis be on her toes there and had to punch it over top of the net and force a corner.
So corner kick for Mackenzie Cook. Now, it seemed like there was another one missed where Perry Belzer was tripped up a little bit too, and then there was no call on that one, but I digress. Cook throws it, kicks it ahead, punched out. Bateman trying to get a foot on it. Intercepted by Edwards. Looking for Larson. She's not going to find anybody. Davis will come get it.
Big ball, Davis. Big ball. Bring McCarter. Bring McCarter.
That one's out of bounds. So throw in for Belzer. Cook misses it. Edwards intercepts it. Kicks it ahead, Johnson.
Lopes applied some really good pressure on that last defensive possession.
Yeah, with defensively, GCU has been really solid. That one's out of bounds. Hannah Nichols will check in, and Mackenzie Cook will check out. Throw in for Perry Belzer. That one's out of bounds. Looking for Cameron Larson. Remy Deutsch will throw it in. Gets it to Larson. Back to Deutsch. And out of bounds. Sandra Hill will come in, and Carly Bateman will check out. Larson, high in the air. Lopes on the rebound, Nichols. Off the defense, Johnson. And it's gonna be an easy save for Sarah Davis. 4 saves so far for Davis.
Yeah, Johnson just couldn't get enough foot on that ball to challenge Davis, as it just kind of trickled right into her hands there in the front of the net.
It's going to be a foul on Utah Valley. That one will roll out of bounds. McGee throws it in. And it's out of bounds.
No, they got a foul call there.
Thank you. You're good there. Perfect.
McGee trying to get a boot on it. Larson. Lopes trying to send it out. Still a chance, headed off. Burton's gonna catch it. We're gonna have a time. It looks like an injury for GCU. Hannah Edwards over there with the medical staff, number 19 for the Lopes.
Yeah,
Got tripped up a little bit over there on the sideline.
Yeah, she came up limping a little bit, but it also looked like she was holding her head too, so I don't know if she took a shot to the head or landed on her head or anything. But it's good to see Hannah Edwards up and walking underneath her own power.
Oh yeah, good to see Hannah Edwards walking off the field. We'll see what the Lopes do if Edwards stays in. I doubt that she will. We'll get a substitution more than likely for the Lopes, but even if Edwards does come in, she will have to sit until play resumes and be able to check back in. So Edwards is okay, thankfully. Happy to see her up and walking around. There is no substitution so far for the Lopes. And Carly Bateman will come and sub in for Hannah Edwards.
Yeah, smart move by Coach Derek Leader, because Hannah Edwards just walked straight off the field onto the trainer's table here, so I don't think she'll be ready.
No, so
very soon.
Yeah, so Bateman will check in for Edwards as Edwards gets checked out by the medical staff. Burton sends it downfield. Johnson kicks it ahead to Nichols. Nichols kicks it ahead. Deutsch hustling for it. Will she get it before it goes out of bounds? No, she won't.
That one just took a bit of a bad hop on Remy Deutsch. She was about 2 yards away probably from saving that ball.
Whitaker will get it back to Burton. Burton boots it. Arson pushed down, will be a foul on Utah Valley. Nichols with the quick start. That one will go out of bounds. Lopes will throw it in, McGee to Larson. That's going to be off the Wolverines. One cross to Hawkins. That's going to be a foul on the Lopes.
Yep, little hip check there in the middle of the field. Foul was on Kelsey Smith.
Kick will be sent away. Smith kicks it out of bounds. Substitutions for Utah Valley. Whitney Paskins will check in right after she returns her jersey. So Paskins will sub in and get into position for Utah Valley. Score still 0-0. Both teams defensively have been pretty strong. That one headed out. Deutsch gets a foot on it. Back to Deutsch. Nichols kicks it again. Beautiful pass. Deutsch. Gets through the defense. Back up top, Hawkins. Gets it over to Bateman. Back up top to Smith. Smith in the air. Larson the header, and it's out of bounds. Another close look for GCU, but it goes out of bounds. Larson heads it just too far right of the goalpost.
Oh, Cameron Larson, another great look on the header. Her second one of the game there. She connects with that one. It just went a bit too far wide. She was trying to go back across the face of goal. Looked like she might have had Davis beat on that header, but what a look for Cameron Larson.
For 10.
Hawkins boots it ahead, and everyone's going to let that one roll out. And we're going to take another look at Cameron Larson's great look at the goal. A beautiful pass by Kelsey Smith. Larson, oh, so close, just right past the goalpost. A good look again for Cameron Larson. She had one against New Mexico State where had she just shot a little bit earlier, she would have chipped it in. But, you know, we talk about who's going to be the main scorer for the Lopes after the season, and I think Cameron Larson is kind of the obvious choice, as she's been really a part of the Lopes scoring drives and a lot of scoring opportunities for GCU.
Yeah, Cameron Larson's going to be a big part of next year's team. They're going to really look to her for leadership and goal scoring. She's a sophomore this year, so they'll have 2 more years with Cameron Larson up front.
Larson unable to get to it. Intercepted by Brown. Brown gets it over to Hatch. Utah Valley with the possession. Over to Davis. Nichols heads it. I gotta say, that last scoring drive started with Remy Deutsch. Remy Deutsch getting through the defense, able to pass it over to Bateman, and then Bateman with a nice pass over to Smith. And I mean, a beautiful, beautiful look to Cameron Larson. But I gotta say, it all started with Remy Deutsch.
Yeah, you can't get a better look from the cross, and a better, you couldn't ask for a better ball.
Sandra Hill on the outside. Hill to Nichols, unable to connect. And McGee is going to get a yellow card for that one.
Yeah, she knew it was coming there.
Pretty obvious, a little too aggressive.
Yeah, wrapped her up, pushed her down. And an update from the men's game in Kansas City. Kansas City's taken a 2-1 lead in the 61st minute of that one.
Ironically enough, Sam Garner just got a yellow card for the men's team, as Michaela McGee gets one for the women's team. Free kick for Utah Valley. Score still 0-0 here in the 68th minute.
Utah Valley right now, off this set piece, has thrown numbers forward.
That one in the air, and it's going to stay on the ground and go out of bounds. Andrea Martinez and Mackenzie Cook checking in. Cameron Larson coming out. And Briley Hawkins coming out. Burton sends it downfield. Headed. And touched out by McGee. Corner kick now for Utah Valley. That one in the air. McGee. And out of bounds. Nichols boots it up. Martinez trying to get space. Utah Valley just swarming on defense. Bateman able to poke three. Nichols kicks it ahead. Martinez with a chance. Davis scoots it up. Martinez might have a free goal. It's going to roll and get cleared out. Martinez has got to shoot that shot just a little bit earlier. A wide open goal for the Lopes. And another opportunity.
Yeah, she had the goalkeeper one-on-one, and the goalkeeper Davis came out and made a great play on that first initial ball, and on that rebound, Martinez just got bumped a little bit, which caused the shot not to be as strong and powerful as she would have liked. But still, nonetheless, you have got to find a way to put that one in the back of a wide open net.
So now it'll be a throw-in for the Lopes. They'll try to bounce back here from that open goal opportunity. Throw it into Cook. Cook, so nifty with the feet. Whitaker will boot it ahead. Burton should be able to pick it up, and she'll kick it out.
Yeah, Burton couldn't pick that one up there because it was a direct pass back from her own teammate, so she just had to get it out of harm's way as Brockbank was coming on hard and strong. And that last Lopes chance really came from the fact that Utah Valley has started throwing eight or nine people forward on the attack, so they can start to catch Utah Valley quick like they just did on the quick counter if they can win the ball in the pace of play.
So throw in for Utah Valley, 71st minute, score still 0-0. Utah Valley setting it up. Lopes defense trying to trap. That went in the air, chested out. Second chance, Burton is there again. Abby Burton, oh reliable with another save.
Abby Burton has come up with a couple brilliant saves here on the second half to keep her team in this game. And you got to wonder what the score would be right now without Abby Burton back there.
Nice to see Hannah Edwards back in the game for the Lopes. McGee. Boots it up, Hill. Great move. And it goes out of bounds.
That was a great play by Hill there.
Cook in the air, looking for someone on the cross. And Ifuku coming over to get it. Whitaker hustling. Edwards. Edwards boots it ahead. Great job by Hannah Edwards. Cook, touch pass. Hill, another opportunity. Martinez crossing. Up top, back out, and Ifuku. The shot, and not even close. It'll go out of bounds.
Maddie, come. We're going to change it 2 for 5.
So a substitution for Utah Valley. Possible bloody nose for number 5, Madeline Moore. Or at least that's just what we're getting from the coaches down there from our sideline mic. But Moore is kind of touching her face.
Yeah, she had to have taken a shot somewhere.
Yeah, she definitely took a shot. In
elbow, forearm, or another head, possibly.
Yeah. Hill. Hopes getting the header, but Utah Valley will hang on to it. Smith gets a touch on it. Cook. On the inside on the cross. Martinez. Johnson. That one will keep rolling. And it'll go out of bounds. So throw in for Utah Valley. That one thrown in. And out of bounds.
As we enter this last 15 or so minutes of regulation play, it's going to be interesting to see which team is going to play for overtime and which team is going to want to get out of here in regulation with a win.
Utah Valley pushing it up. Off a hill and out of bounds. Oh no, it'll stay in. Hill gets the ball. Pushing it up for the Lopes. Looking for Martinez. Lopes will throw it in. Still a lot of time for GCU. Want to get something close. Cook throws it in. Martinez keeps it in front of her. Back to Hill. Cook. We'll reset to Whitaker. Edwards. Johnson looking for Ifuku. That one out of bounds. So McGee, not a bad look to Sandra Hill, just goes out of bounds. Throw in now. And Ifuku on defense. Bateman. Looking for Hill. Inafuku, touch pass to Martinez. Opportunity for GCU, Martinez, a shot. Oh, so close again.
What a save from Sarah Davis.
And a good look by Andrea Martinez. She keeps it in front of her. Unable to connect. We'll get some substitutions for the Lopes. Belzer will come in, Hawkins and Larson will come in, but Andrea Martinez, not a bad look at the goal for the Lopes. As we get a corner kick for GCU. This one in the air. And goes by everybody.
Carl, you have 10 minutes. Go score.
There'll be a foul in Utah Valley. Lopes to go for the quick start. Belzer. No communication there, throwing it into the substitution.
5 for 7.
And if the WAC tournament started tomorrow with the standings as they are, regardless of win, loss, tie in this game, the Lopes and the Wolverines are looking at a first-round matchup in Utah coming in about a week and a half.
That's going to be out.
Which would then win both of them, one of them a date with Kansas City in the second round.
Yeah, Kansas City, who is undefeated currently. Belzer throws it in. Hawkins gets the space. And one kicked ahead. Headed out. Cook. Boots it ahead to Belzer. Belzer on the cross, into the hands of Davis. Edwards. Larson trying to stay in front of it. Hawkins will hang on to it. Edwards clearing space. Edwards boots it across. Bateman's gonna hustle. Cook.
Go, Sadie!
In the air. Belzer. It'll be a foul on the Lopes.
Man! Look at Collie! Or, hi.
Harley, be ready!
It's going to be a foul on the Lopes.
Watch this one.
8 minutes to go here in the second half.
Watch underneath, Fry. Harry,
Sullivan will handle the free kick for Utah Valley. Still waiting on the free kick from Sullivan. That one in the air. Crossing a header out of bounds. Brianna Hatch will check in. And Sadie Brockbank, the leading scorer for Utah Valley, will come out. Burton will handle the free kick, getting close to 5 minutes here. Touched out. Utah Valley. Great job. That's Belzer right there. Belzer boots it ahead. Larson unable to get it. McGee. Back to Larson. Larson boots it ahead into Fuku. Back to Larson, unable to get it. Bateman. Lopes will intercept it. Kelsey Smith. Unable to get a touch on it. On the outside to Bateman. Bateman in the air. Headed again by Larson and out of bounds. Hannah Nichols will come in, and Inafuku will come out.
Cameron Larson just unable to get a good head to that ball as she hit it just wide of the net there, but a great ball in from the Lopes.
That one sent away. Hawkins, and out of bounds on the Lopes. That one thrown in. Headed out by McGee. One thrown in. Stowe will throw it in. Lopes able to get it poked away, Larson. Booted out, throw in for GCU. McCarter. Edwards on the defense. McGee will let that one roll out. Burton will send it away. 87th minute here in the second period. Score still 0-0. Burton sends it away looking for Hawkins. Hawkins gets a beautiful touch. Lopes pushing it ahead. Kicked ahead. Nichols called offsides.
Yeah, Hannah Nichols just too eager there, trying to get a late winner. And she's caught about 7 yards offsides there.
McGee. That's going to be a foul in Utah Valley. That one sent down. Nichols. Cook kicks it ahead. Larson. That's going to be a yellow card.
Yeah, and I think Utah Valley here would argue that Cameron Larson knocked her over, but Cameron Larson came in hard with a great challenge, shoulder to shoulder, well within the laws of the game there. And then as the Utah Valley defender fell on top of it, Cameron Larson just came in and
Shoulder to shoulder, she fell that way because it was into her back.
yeah, Cameron Larson just came in, kicked it out from underneath, and then the Utah Valley defender grabbed Cameron Larson's leg, and
Cook sends it ahead. Davis hangs with it. We are coming down to under a minute here. Davis sends it away. Edwards. Whitaker. It'll be a foul. So free kick for Mackenzie Cook. Smith. Looking for Bateman, it'll go out, so maybe GCU. And they're gonna let the clock wind down and we will head to overtime with the score still 0-0. Both teams having their opportunities, 15 shots for the Lopes, 8 on goal. And for Utah Valley, 14 shots, 5 of them on goal. 5 saves for Abby Burton, 8 saves for Sarah Davis. 12 fouls for the Lopes and 14 for Utah Valley. It has been a highly contested game so far, and it's proven by this score. Offensively, the teams having their opportunities there, but just unable to really capitalize and score. And defensively, both teams are playing very, very well.
yeah, both goalkeepers have really been on fire today. The defenses for both teams as well have been very, very good. And the offense came more and more for both teams in that second half. So we should be in for a very good overtime period this afternoon.
Well, we'll see if the Lopes can take advantage here. You know, like we said, the offensive opportunities have been there. 4 shots for Mackenzie Cook. Cameron Larson's got 3. Just got to capitalize when the opportunity is there.
Yeah, they had a couple of great chances there at the end of this that second half. A couple from Cameron Larson, and they just couldn't find a way to put it past Sarah Davis, and she came up with some spectacular saves as well. But Abby Burton on the other end has been able to really stop Utah Valley's attack, and she's come up with her amount of saves as well.
5 saves for Abby Burton so far as we head into overtime. When we get back, we will get ready for the third period, the overtime period here at GCU Stadium. You're watching women's soccer here on GCU TV.
Our armed forces' heroism, courage, and bravery give greater meaning to what it is to be an American. Grand Canyon University honors you and pays tribute to you and your family. As a community, GCU celebrates your service, your sacrifice, and your commitment. God bless all the brave men and women who put our country first. We want to do the same for you. GCU puts you first with its flexible and convenient online degree programs. We salute you and thank you for your service.
Curiosity fuels you. It helps you understand the world around you. It's your guide through life. So when you're ready for a fulfilling new career, let your curiosity fuel that change. Change is difficult, but Grand Canyon University's online degree programs in technology make it convenient for you to achieve your dream. While businesses are being transformed by artificial intelligence and analytics, GCU teaches you how to plan for innovation and make sense of the world. By applying that knowledge to today's most challenging problems and sharing your insights, you're helping to build a better tomorrow for you, your community, and your family. Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Feel the thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
And we are back here at GCU Stadium for the overtime period. We are about 1 minute and 50 seconds away from the start of overtime. And so far this season, the Wolverines in overtime are 0-1-1. And your Grand Canyon Lopes, they are 0-5 this season in overtime. So somebody will be looking to get their first overtime win here today and cause some separation in the WAC standings.
Both teams so far tied for 5th in the WAC, and we'll see if the Lopes can come ahead and get a victory here.
The captain's starting to meet here for this overtime period. The Lopes are going to want to keep their attack going, as they were very strong in the last about 20 minutes of that second half. They'll be looking to keep that momentum in overtime and hopefully score an early goal and get out of here with a win.
Well, Kyle, we'll take another look at our Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game as the Lopes head into overtime here, and hopefully now they'll be able to break free and get a goal. They've got 90 minutes of playing against this team so far, and we'll see if they can break free.
Yeah, both teams have had more than enough time really to feel each other out and try and get something going. This game's been very physical as well. They got 26 fouls combined between the two teams. And the Lopes are gonna wanna keep their offense going. They got 15 shots, 8 on goal, and 8 saves from Sarah Davis for the Wolverines, as the Wolverines have 14 shots and 5 on goal, and all 5 of those have been saved by Abby Burton, who's been an anchor today for the Lopes defense.
Well, defensively, both of these teams have been pretty even matched. It's offensively, both teams having their opportunities. 8 shots on goal for the Lopes, 5 for the Utah Valley Wolverines, 5 saves from Abby Burton. And I gotta say, Sarah Davis is having an impeccable game. 8 saves for Sarah Davis. Lopes are doing a great job defensively. Wolverines are doing a great job defensively. Just somebody has to break free offensively.
Yeah, and you gotta wonder which team's gonna get the first chance here, because the first chance of this overtime is gonna set the tone here for the rest of the overtime period, as we'll play 2 10s, and it's gonna be first team that scores is gonna go home the victor here today.
So Utah Valley will start us off. McGee in the air. Larson looking for space, and it's going to go out of bounds. Cook will throw it in. Larson, she's had her opportunities all game. Can she capitalize here? Looking for space. It's going to be Lopes' ball. So right out the gate, a corner kick for the Lopes. And Cook will go to handle it.
And here comes the first chance, 45 seconds in.
Cook getting ready to send it away. That one in the air. Headered, Larson, and out of bounds. Third header for Cameron Larson, and able to get it in the back of the net. And Davis will now kick it away. McGee on the defense. Kicked ahead. Burton gonna come and get it and collided.
And the referee is just gonna give a talking to here.
Yeah, it wasn't really intentional at all. I just feel like Burton, the way that they connected,
yeah,
the defender didn't really have a lot of time to slow up.
Yeah, you gotta, as an attacker almost, you have to attempt to slow your attack down there. And the physicality continues here in this game, spilling over all the way to the goalkeepers as well.
Hill will hustle for it. That one booted ahead. McGee is gonna let, and McGee will push, kick it out. So it'll be a throw-in for the Lopes after a little bit of a confusing play. Johnson gets it to Larson. Lopes will throw it in again. Cook to Johnson. To McGee. Off of Utah Valley. Throwing it again to Cook. Headed out. Yeah, it should be Lopes' ball, and it will be. McGee will throw it in. Over to Larson. And out of bounds. Deutsch will throw it in. McGee on the cross to Hawkins. In the air. Headed. Opportunity for Callister. Sliding in on defense. Great defense for the Lopes. Stopping another attack. Kelsey Smith, the senior. Hawkins will clear it.
And Kelsey Smith taking matters into her own hands. What hustle to get back and deflect the shot and then boot it away and not letting it go out for a corner. as she is doing all she can here tonight to send the Lopes home with a win.
It'll be a throw in for Utah Valley. Lopes will look to clear it out. Tripped up, and it'll be a foul.
One last update from the men's game in Kansas City. That game has reached full time, and they have lost that one 2-1 on the road to the Roos.
Pushed up again by Utah Valley. They're going to cross. McCarter again. Anna Whitaker this time on the foot.
And so far it's been all Lopes defense in overtime. Abby Burton hasn't had to come up with a whole lot yet. It's been Kelsey Smith and Anna Whitaker saving the day twice now.
Corner kick for the Wolverines. This one in the air. Burton punches it out. Rebound for the Wolverines. Top of the box. Lopes will clear it. Larson. Off of Utah Valley and out of bounds. Throw in for Smith. Smith boots it ahead. Whitaker hustling for it. Hill kicks it ahead. Larson hustling. It's going to be a foot race. Larson's got the break. Larson crosses it to Cook. Gets through. Hustling up is Johnson. Johnson through the legs and into the hands of Davis. Johnson gets a foot on it and it'll go out of bounds. That's going to be a foul on the Lopes.
And, yep, and a good hold there. As the referee will move it back to the spot of the foul, as Utah Valley there just trying to gain a little bit of an advantage. And now the assistant on the side's got to tell the Utah Valley coach to calm down just a little bit, as I think he was hoping for a card of some sort coming out there.
Yeah, pull from behind on the jersey from McGee, but no damage done. Kick in the air. Burton punches it out again. Abby Burton. Hustling on the outside. Looking ahead. Tripped up. Whitaker gets a head on it. Hawkins. Smith. Lot of space. Smith, the shot to win it. Great save again. Sarah Davis getting up and smacking that one out. And at the end of the first overtime, we'll head to a second overtime. The score still 0-0, and I gotta say, Kyle, this game, evenly matched. We'll get another look at Kelsey Smith's shot there at the end. A lot of space and almost just punched out by Sarah Davis, goalkeeper for Utah Valley. And
it is her 10th save on the evening, or on the afternoon, rather. And that last one might have been one of her better ones here this afternoon. And you gotta wonder though, had she not saved it with about a second or so left on the clock, with the shot away, if it would have counted, if the referee would have allowed the goal, because you probably would have got some protesting there from both sides either way.
If it had gone in before the end of the clock, yeah.
I'm not exactly sure on the ruling for that part, if the shot's got to be away or over the line, but it would have been interesting to see how that would have played out. But Sarah Davis, once again, coming up huge for Utah Valley.
Well, Sarah Davis gets her 9th save, 10 team saves, or 1 team save, so 10 total saves for Utah Valley, 5 for Abby Burton. 4 shots for Mackenzie Cook, 3 for Cameron Larson, 2 for Briley Hawkins, 3 on goal for Mackenzie Cook, and Larson as well, who's been getting her opportunities as Coach Leader rallies the troops to get ready for this second overtime. Cameron Larson has had her opportunities to put it in. You can argue the placement on a few of them. The pass is maybe just a little too ahead. She's not, she's not going to get everything. It's just impossible. But there have been a couple that Cameron Larson have just not been able to capitalize on. And
yeah, Cameron.
Either way, you got to like Larson putting herself in the position to be the main goal scorer for the Lopes. I mean, she's clearly the reliable player. She's one of the tallest players out there. She's at the forward position for the Lopes. She is basically what is assumed to be probably the main scorer for GCU when Mackenzie Cook leaves. But there have been a couple chances there where it just didn't go her way. But good looks overall.
Her best look was probably the one that was headed across the face of goal in that second half that just missed hitting the post. And had that one hit the post, it might have it had the spin on it to where it might have bounced back across and across the line and in. And you got to think that they're going to keep trying to feed Cameron Larson in the middle because she is so tall and she has the height and can jump higher.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that Larson would be the go-to option in the box for GCU, and she has been. She definitely has been. Just a few not going her way, and other than that, they're all, I mean, defensively, the Lopes are playing great. They are getting great production as usual from Abby Burton, great production from the backfield on defense. Hannah Edwardson's coming in from her injury has been great. Lopes will clear that one. And Noah Johnson's been playing great defense. Carly Bateman has been phenomenal. And then, of course, Abby Burton, 5 saves so far. So GCU has had their opportunities. Utah Valley's threatening early. Lopes will clear it. And that's out, so the Lopes will hang on to it.
Yeah, Cameron Larson is listed at 5'11", so about 6 feet probably, and the tallest defender for Utah Valley is 5'7".
Well, yeah, GCU is definitely utilizing Larson to their advantage, and she is a very talented soccer player as Burton traps that one. But yeah, no, she's definitely the prominent scorer, and getting to my point is that, yeah, like you said, she's going to be their go-to option, and she has been all game, just a few of them not really going her way.
Yeah, she's going to be very good the next 2 years, especially if she can keep developing and getting better. And maybe just gain a little bit more speed up front. She would be very, very dangerous.
Lopes clear it out. And it goes out of bounds. So throw in for Utah Valley. Bateman. Back to Smith. Smith. Bateman. Touch pass.
And that play right there would have worked, but the Utah Valley defender stepped up just in time to where Cameron Larson would have been in an offside position, and she just could not play that ball, and she knew it.
Callister on the inside for Utah Valley, and she will let that one go out.
But the Lopes were in right there, and that's the attack they need to keep having in the final 8 minutes of this game.
Bateman on the touch. It's going to get intercepted by Utah Valley. Sent downfield. Headered. Nichols. To Cook. Cook's got Bateman and Larson. No foul. Yeah, it's got to be a foul. I mean,
Yep,
Brianna
a lot
Hatch
of holding.
all over Mackenzie Cook.
A lot of holding there. And what's interesting is the 2 yellow cards in this game have both been on the Lopes. Nothing for Utah Valley, and they have 16 team fouls, and we got 30 combined for the 2 teams.
Cook sends it downfield. Not going to find anybody, but Smith will come recover it. Smith, another opportunity, boots it to the side. Smith in the air, and Davis is there. I think if she gets that touch pass off to Carly Bateman, Lopes get a much better shot off. But I'm not afraid to let Kelsey Smith shoot from distance. She had a beautiful shot at the closing seconds of the first overtime. Smith boots it ahead. Nichols dribbles it right into the defense. Edwards will come get it. Utah Valley able to save it out of bounds. When sent downfield to Larson. Larson heads it. Nichols. Johnson with the steal. Pushing it up to Larson. On the cross. Offsides.
Was extremely close there on the far side, but the assistant referee in a good position to be able to see it. What's interesting is Utah Valley has Sadie Brockbank still sitting over there on the bench. She has not re-entered this game since she was subbed out in the second half, and she's the 5th leading goal scorer in the Western Athletic Conference, so you got to wonder why she's not in the game right now.
I want to go out, so another throw in. Bradley Hawkins will check in. And Andrea Martinez will check in as well. So Larson will come out and Noah Johnson will come out. And we'll get some substitutions as well for Utah Valley. That one thrown in. Nichols boots it ahead. Nichols pushing it up. She's got Bateman trailing. She'll get it to Martinez. Martinez back to Nichols. Crosses it all the way to Smith. It's going to be Lopes' ball. Smith will throw it in. That one thrown in. It's going to be a foul. Not sure where Andrea Martinez pushed the defender, but
yeah, it looked like to gain a little bit of separation. It was that little nudge like you see in basketball a lot.
Smith, Whitaker in the air and out of bounds. Bateman looking for Martinez. Whitaker hustling on the recovery. It'll go out of bounds. Bateman. That one thrown in. That one will roll and be saved. McGee touches it out. One in the air, headed out again, Edwards. Boots it ahead. Martinez on the cross. Booted ahead, no one's gonna be there. Davis will come scoop it up. Under a minute here in the final overtime. Cook with the header. Hawkins gonna try to make something happen. She'll shoot from distance, and Davis is there. And we've got a player down now. And we've got another Lope down on the field. And we will step away for a second, but when we come back, we will finish out the rest of the second overtime. You're watching women's soccer here on GCU TV.
Feel the thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
Hannah Nichols was the player down for the Lopes, but she is walking off on her own power for GCU. As we are 9 minutes, 28 seconds into the second overtime. Of course, penalty kicks will not be a factor today after the end of this game. So if this game ends the way it has been going, it'll be a tie for both teams. The first tie for the Lopes and the second tie for Utah Valley. That one pushed ahead. Cook. Booted ahead. Martinez trying to keep it in front of her. And it'll go out of bounds. And that is how this one will end. It'll end in a draw. So the final score will be 0-0. We will end in a tie. And Kyle, a defensive heavy game for both teams. Offensively, the opportunities were there. Not a couple balls going either way for both teams, but defensively, great job, and that leads to our GCU Golf Course Player of the Game, Abby Burton.
Yeah, Abby Burton, outstanding here this afternoon. She really kept the score at 0 with 5 saves. She played all 110 minutes, and she just came up time and time again huge for the Lopes this afternoon.
So the last time these two teams played was the second round of the WAC tournament. It ended 1-0 in a Utah Valley win. This time in 2018, it ends in a draw. 0-0 is the final score here at GCU Stadium. Thank you very much for tuning in to this exciting game. Tune in this weekend for men's soccer's final home weekend at home. Watch them take on Utah Valley Friday at 7 p.m. See if the men can get a victory against these Wolverines right here on GCU TV. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. It'll end in a draw. The Lopes get their first tie of the season. Utah Valley gets their second. We'll see if the women can get a victory in their next game against CSU Bakersfield, California State Bakersfield on Friday, October 26th in Bakersfield. For everybody here at GCU TV, for Kyle Borg, I am Phil Catafamo, wishing you a happy rest of your weekend. Be very safe, enjoy the rest of your week, and go Lopes.